The Beverly Hills ladies look good. Kyle irritated me this whole season. Like, this was not her season at all. And matter of fact, next season, because I know they're gonna bring your ass back, focus on your own damn shit. Amanda just don't get it. Like, she just don't get it. Her defense is up, up, up. No matter how they could spell it out to her, she still don't get it. Why are you so defensive? Never, ever, 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 ever did I think I would say, I wish Erica would tone it the fuck down. I feel like she's trying to put on this tough girl act so bad that it's starting to look very performative. What's up, y'all, and welcome back to This With The News. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back to watch my videos. If you are new here, please like, comment, and share this video. Enjoy the family. Thank you. So today we will be recapping the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills season 15, the reunion episode part 1. Now, y'all know the Beverly Hills. I ain't gonna do that. Not today, y'all. I'm not going to talk about how the budget is there for Beverly Hills. I mean, I guess it gotta be. It's Beverly Hills, right? So the theme of the Beverly Hills reunion is RHOBH Drive. It's nice as fuck, okay? Now, I'm not gonna lie, all the reunion stages are beautiful. Like, literally, they do what the fuck needs to be done on the reunion stages. Shout out to production. Shout out to decorator, whatever. What is that called? Shout out to them. Like, they got a damn Rolls Royce on the stage. Tutti, okay? Overly tea. So Andy asked the core three, Dorit, Erica, and Kyle, if they feel like they can come to some type of, you know, if we could wrap this shit up basically by the end of this reunion. And Kyle says, y'all know her, try to be politically correct until she's not. She says, I mean, I would hope so. I would love for that to happen. And Dorit says she would love for that to happen, but they have to be realistic. Love that answer. Love that answer. And Erica says she has no hope. Well, way to start it off, right? I mean, shit, let's put that in there. Why don't you? So they start the reunion off showing Rachel's package. Now, I think Rachel Zoe was a great addition to Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Great addition. I hope she comes back next season. She just gave fun, young energy. She gave, like, a fun girl. Like, and we need that. Beverly Hills be getting a little stiff, okay? It be getting a little stuffy sometimes. So I love when they bring the fun energy. And that's kind of why I love, what's her name? That's why I love Denise. But I don't like Denise when she gets to that, when you don't know if she is giving, you okay? You on something? Like, when she started giving that, I'd be like, okay, we need to take her off the show. But Denise is also a fun girl. She always gave fun vibes. I love that. Andy asked Rachel if, you know, they asked basically for an update on her situation with her ex-husband. Now, she did say that the relationship with him and the kids is a lot better. She says she do not have a relationship with the girlfriend, which is expected, because why the fuck would she have a relationship with that lady? From what I understood, that was also her ex-friend, right? Unless I mixed two stories together. But from what I understood, that was also an ex-friend of hers. So why the fuck, if anything, I would put hands and feet on that lady, okay? She says that, Andy says that he feel a way about seeing things play out like on the show, and she said yeah, but she said she also was living in her truth, and that made me look at it a little different, because during the season and when I was recapping, I was saying how irritated I was that she kept centering this man as her storyline. But now I kind of get it. She like, I'm getting this shit in real time, okay? While we film it, I am getting all this information in real time.
Is he seeing things and getting upset?
Yeah, I think he hears. I'm sure that people tell him, you know,
all these things are happening in real time, and you can't just turn off your emotions and how you feel and try to fake it for the camera. And I appreciate that, okay? Not only is that real and that's giving authenticity, which a lot of these girls don't do, Kyle, I appreciate that, and I get it now. And now I'm not so irritated knowing that, you know, getting this news real time and reacting to it real time. I can't be mad at you for that.
Some really bad things happened in real time this summer that were quite shocking, and there's a lot that I didn't say.
Do you regret
Erica
it?
package come on, and they talk trigger warning, if the trigger warning, okay? So they talk about domestic violence, her DV situation, and you know, that was, she says if Denise didn't share her story, if that wasn't a part of the, you know, the show, she probably would have never shared it, which is sad. A lot of women go through that and don't share that. Also, she said that her way out of that was by calling the police, because she asked him to leave her house and he would not leave, so she had to call the police on him. And he also asked her if he reached out since the show aired, and she said no, which is fucking great. That's amazing. That's amazing. But he better not, because now it's all eyes on the situation and you're gonna get your ass fucked up. Okay? But prayers out to Erica in that situation, and to any woman or any man who has suffered a domestic violence situation. So that basically leads into him asking Erica, do she feel as though Tom was emotionally abusive to her? And she says yes, as well as financial. We can see that. I mean, if you see no season, I mean, if you watched back then, you can see that, okay? Stevie Wonder could see that shit. Now, she said there was one moment in their marriage where he didn't speak to her for 6 weeks and they lived together. That's an evil, 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 evil man. You hear me? That's an evil man. How the fuck do you not speak to your wife for 6 weeks and y'all live under the same roof? I don't give a fuck how big that house was. Huh? Oh, you're evil. Like you're a different type of rotten, evil, disgusting type of person to do that type of shit. Cause no. She also said that he told her she would not get this job, meaning she would not make it on the show. So when she made it on the show, he was like, he couldn't like tell her no, because she got the motherfucking job, nigga. Andy brings up the fact that when he did come on the show, when he appeared on the show, he was this super smiley, super happy husband, supportive husband. And she like, yeah, it was so many times I questioned if that was real. Because that wasn't him behind closed doors, basically. That wasn't him off the show. He was not this super happy, bubbly person. He was like, Andy said, yeah, I remember when we asked if he read your book, and you said nobody read your book in your family, as if that was normal. And you know, she was being the supportive wife role, because first off, if I fucking write a book and my husband don't read it, we're getting divorced. If I perform on Broadway, and my husband don't come to not one of my shows, we're getting divorced. That's not being supportive. Like you're a trash ass man, a trash ass husband. You belong exactly where you are. Now, they do ask Dorit, Andy asked Dorit, basically like why she didn't know that Erica was going through it, or why did you feel like, you know, that Erica wasn't going through it during because she did say that during a argument in Italy. And Dorit basically said like, well, she didn't let me know this. Like we talked about it before, but it was not recently. And Erica do kind of validate what she's saying, because she's like, I've been going through this whole $26 million lawsuit. And speaking of, they just said so many different numbers. It's 26, 25, 24. Which one is it? Okay. Which one is it? All right. But she said, I've been going through this for 6 years, since 2020. So it's not something that's new. I have been dealing with this for a long time. But whether I spoke to you about it 5 months ago or a year ago, it's something I'm still going through, which you're right. You're right. But if you're dealing with something that's super long term, maybe she didn't know in that moment. But she like, I get it too. Dorita's going through her own things. So I can see why she isn't thinking about what her friends are going through. And she tells her she loves her. It was a kind moment that had me thinking, okay, maybe we're on an up somewhere. But then, and here comes Kyle, negative, nasty ass, bro. She's so negative. Kyle says, but as a friend, we also shouldn't have to show our friends how to be empathetic. I swear. Kyle, every chance she gets, she sticks that knife deeper and deeper and deeper into Dorit. Okay? She thinks she in Scream for real. Why is it so hard for you to be a supportive person to Dorit? This ain't even your motherfucking fight. This ain't even your motherfucking argument, bro. I swear, every time Dorit is brought up, she got something to say. Something to say negative. Like, at this point, I don't care for them to be friends anymore. I don't. Like, I don't. Honestly. Kyle, she's irritating me this season. I mean, well, the season's over, but she has irritated me this whole season, bro. Because for somebody who points the finger so much, why you don't turn that motherfucker back on yourself? Point it at yourself. Please. Once and for all. Now, Erica did make a point, and they caught it on hot mic, because I don't think, it sounds loud to us, but I don't think it was loud during a reunion. And she said, you're defending nothing. Now, I don't know if she was referencing that as far as Dorit is defending them any type of way, or if she is saying, Kyle, what you're trying to defend is nothing, meaning there's no reason to defend that. And if it was the latter, then I agree. Kyle, what the fuck? This is not something you have to defend in this moment. You don't. I just told the girl I understand why she said or felt the way she felt about that comment. She got her own shit going on. I also don't overload on my friends. Also been dealing with this shit for 6 years. I just said that. Why are you trying to defend this? Why are you looking for a moment?
Shut up, girl.
Okay, so y'all know now, so they take a break, they cut, and y'all know for the reunions, they do break the fourth wall. So they show us like in between of them cutting and taking a break, and Erica whispers to Dorit like, hey, I think that's the makeup bag that I bought Erica whispers to Kyle, I think that's the makeup bag that I bought Dorit like 5 years ago. And so she asks her, hey Dorit, is that the makeup bag I bought you? And she was like, it sure is. That's how much I care about you. And she said, same. And I'm just like, what is her and events? Y'all was just kind of cool. Y'all just had a low-key had a moment. And Dorit made a face, she was like, they low-key had a moment. So I'm like, where is all this energy coming from? Did something happen that they cut out? And why are you bringing up a gift that you bought her? Clearly, what was the point? Like, that's why I said I think Erica is so motherfucking hot right now. Like, she's so irritated and so in her feelings about her and Dorit. It's starting to get performative. You're looking for a moment every single time you interact with this lady. Can we bring real reality TV back? Where shit just flow naturally. We don't have to look for a moment so we can keep our motherfucking position on the couch, on the show. If your time is up, your time is up. Give up the seat. After the break wraps, they get to the Dorit package, and of course it shows a lot of Kyle and her disagreement. And honestly, I'm so tired of this motherfucking argument, this disagreement. Let's wrap this motherfucker up, bury the shit, and not bring it up next season. I'm gonna need everybody to get fresh storylines. We could talk about how they're not friends no more. That's it. Leave it there. Leave it on the flow. Wrap it up, and then let's go on with some other shit next season, because I do not want to hear about the falling out of this relationship no more. It's clear they're not going to get anywhere. We've been trying for 3 years, y'all. It's over. It's a wrap. Friends grow apart. One thing I did pay attention to, though, when they're talking about the situation and rehashing everything that happened during the season between Kyle and Dorit, is I'm looking at everybody's faces, okay? When they panned to Amanda, and I think Dorit was saying something like, well, Amanda, da-da-da-da, but not like blaming her for anything. Kind of like putting her in a position to like, well, Amanda did this, said this to you, whatever. Amanda has this smug ass look on her face. I do not like Amanda. And first off, I could have swore they left off on the season finale. Cool. Y'all left off cool. What happened now? What are you mad at now? Because you couldn't possibly be thinking that girl was in her confessionals bigging you up and y'all been going through that the whole season. So you can't be mad at some shit like that. So what's the fucking problem now, Amanda? You another negative Nancy ass bitch too. Like, not here for it. I don't want her to come back, but I know she's going to come back. I just know she is. She had a great season in the eyes of, she started shit up. So I think she's gonna come back. But also, Erica's face. And Erica's face was more so to me towards Kyle. And it looked like she wanted to say something. And I don't know if it's because she was beating around the bush. Because Kyle was talking for very long and it sounded like she was talking in circles, okay? Usually Dorit is long-winded and talking in circles sometimes. It was Kyle this time. And Erica made a look and it looked like she wanted to be like, Kyle, just spit it the fuck out. Because that's what I wanted to say. Spit it out. The midst of Kyle's whole long-winded ass whatever is she was trying to relate her calling Dorit erratic to her situation. It was like, when I first got separated, I was very ADHD, very OCD. So that's more so what I was getting towards, and I didn't mean to call you erratic. At this point, I'm like, why does it fucking matter? If she is showing signs of ADHD and OCD, why does it matter? Like, there is real people in real life who deal with ADHD and OCD all the time. Why are we making it such a big thing that we're pointing it out? Why they don't ask that question every time they bring that up? Why does it matter? She's dealing with something that's very traumatic, okay? Divorce is traumatic. You start to get these behaviors that you didn't have before. And we acting like ADHD and OCD is just such a fucking bad thing. Like, why does it matter? Kyle, take a break, please. Like, no liar, she needs to take a break. Like, they did give her props for being the most consecutive housewife on the Housewives franchise. She's been on here for 15 straight years. So shout out to her for that. But it's starting to show, bitch. Take a break. So Dorit once again says, hey, we went inside of Rachel's store. They shut it down for us to only shop. I didn't want to go in at them people's store and not buy anything, okay? I spent $4,000 in the store. I can afford to spend $4,000. And Kyle's like, yeah, okay. And she was like, and coming from you, that it was even worse. And she was like, well, first off, we're not in the same financial situation. How? Y'all both married to, y'all both were wives to men who took care of y'all. To men who were the breadwinners. How are y'all not in the same situation? Because you and your husband is amicable still? And as soon as y'all not, you will be in the same situation as her. And they keep showing the clip where Andy is asking Kyle, well, when you do divorce, if you divorce Mauricio, will the agency be half yours? And she's, will you be looking to get the agency or something like that? Will it be half yours? She said, well, it's mine. And Kathy said, does he know that? Yeah, cause he put that shit on like it's his. And you're the supportive wife in this shit. So let's say it does get nasty between y'all. You will be in the same situation as the RHOBH. So I just don't, honestly, yes, y'all are in the same financial situation. Y'all both get a check from this show. Y'all both have husbands that are breadwinners. And you are eating off of that, okay? That is his job. He is the real estate agent, broker, whatever. Not you. And I just felt like that was really nasty and really rude. And you also eating off, what's her name? You're also eating off Sutton's nachos with that, with the whole pick or fight with somebody whose bank accounts fits. That's what it was giving. You're heating up somebody else's shit. Say y'all not in the same financial situation. Like, girl, somebody already said that. Come new. Please come new. That's why I said take a break. The shit is getting old. You running out of things to say. Erica makes a little snide comment while they're talking about that, saying that the RHOBH house is into foreclosure. And it comes up that Dorit's, well, we'll get to that. So yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. Dorit now addresses Amanda because she did make that nasty and very rude comment that she outsourced her financial well-being to a man and it didn't go well. So she like, hold on. First off, she ate with this one. I ain't gonna lie, ate her down. She was like, when I met PK, he was in bankruptcy. Everything he has, we've built together, okay? So that shit is mine too. So not only is what you're saying inaccurate, it's also very fucking offensive, and it is. Because you make e-courses and sell fucking ebooks about how to get rich, you know everything about money? No, you just figured out the loophole, okay? Because one thing about it, in today's day, everybody is looking for a way to get money. So they will buy ebooks on how to get money. People are desperate. It's desperate times calls for desperate measures. That shit would never work 10 years ago. It wouldn't have. Let's be for real. So Amanda, shut the fuck up. Like whew, the girl aggravates me. I ain't had a housewife aggravate me this much since, damn, I don't remember. I don't know. Angel might have been a close number 1 from Potomac. I mean, a close number 2. But she didn't even aggravate me this much. Like, Amanda is insufferable, like, for real. Like, no liar. Like, now, of course, Erica like, well, shit, I thought she was talking about me, honestly. And Dorit like, I thought she was too. And she was like, I wasn't feeling that. You could tell the ladies was not feeling that. Rachel goes on to say that it was offensive because you are kind of like taking a dig at women who choose to stay home and be moms and allow their husbands to bring in the money and be the breadwinners to the family. So she got a lot of heat, a lot of backlash for that, and I'm happy she did. She always get this little solemn ass, looking like she about to cry ass face when shit don't go her way. She remind me of like an old ass kid. Like, you know, somebody who throws a tantrum inwardly, you could tell she's burning the fuck up because shit not going her way. And she gets, that wall just gets higher and higher, higher and higher. And it's just like, Andy, if you hear my prayers, please don't bring her back next season, okay? We can do without her. She started some shit up, so what? If she can't bring more, and I think that's why he's gonna bring her back, because he's gonna give her a chance to bring more next season and to open up a little bit more. Whatever. At the end of that though, Amanda does apologize to Dorit. Kudos, whatever, cool. So Dorit starts to talk about her situation with PK, and she do say that her house was in pre-foreclosure last reunion, I believe. PK said that he had paid it up current. It came out that he didn't pay it up current, and now they owe $842,000 on the house, so it's in pre-foreclosure again. He says that he will pay it up for real this time, and she said she was going to put it on the market and, you know, downsize for something for her and kids. Erica is like trying to coach her on how to do things, and Dorit like, I know what I gotta do. Now she did say that her and PK was in a better position now. Like they're in a better spot, you know, with each other. And that happened after the kids' birthday party. So, you know what? Kudos to that, okay? Not everybody, they did spend so much of their life together. I'm pretty sure she don't want to be funking with this man, okay? The divorce do not have to be nasty. You're already getting divorced. Of course, we got to talk about Amanda's package. Amanda's package is next. Now, Andy say he has not had a housewife come on the show and light up the audience since Camille from season 1. And she says, you're welcome. I ain't gonna light your ass up right now. I'm not, cause I can't, but I'm gonna stall you out. I'm gonna stall you out, sis. I am. So of course they start to talk about her. For the most part, the audience, y'all know he likes to read off what the audience says. And the audience was fucking with her for the most part, but then a lot of people was not feeling the way she was emasculating and down talking her husband, especially when it came to how much money she made and how much money he made. So they are all asking like, did he feel a way about that? And she was like, well, no, he knows I'm the breadwinner. And they specifically asked about her bringing up the fact that she paid for the home. And she was like, well, no, because I paid for the home. So he didn't feel that way. And it seemed like she was just trying to dodge the question for real. And they're like, okay, so what did he say about the season? Did he have a problem with anything you said? And she was like, well, he did bring up the fact that I said I make more in a month what he make in a year. He did not like that comment for real, but it was true. Why do you have to add that? Of course it's true, you said it, we don't think you're lying. But why do you have to put that out there? We don't care whether you make more or he make more. And I get your whole premise and your whole vibe and your whole business ordeal and your whole everything. Charisma, aura is about women being the breadwinners and making money and being financially well. I get that and I'm here for that. I'm here for it, I'm here for it. But do you have to make it your whole personality? No, you do not. We get it. Please, let's see some shit. Let's see something different next season. I don't want to hear about that no more. We do not give a fuck that you make more than your husband. Kudos. This is 2026. Women are making more than men nowadays. Some women are making more than men nowadays. Just like some men are making more than women nowadays. Wrap it the fuck up, please. I did like that the ladies were trying to give her advice on how to move with this situation. Because, and Erica said it made a great fucking point. She like, the seeds that you plant now will grow. They will grow. And God forbid, because she said you put on like your life is super perfect and nothing's wrong, right? And God forbid something happens. God forbid you stay on the show and something happens within your marriage. The audience will bring this shit back up. Them seeds will grow and this will come back to bite you in the ass. And we've seen it with all of them on the show. Look at Kyle and Mauricio. I never thought Kyle and Mauricio would be getting divorced or separated at the moment. They ain't pushing through with the divorce yet. They both don't want to get divorced, but they are separated. And for me, that's even worse. Cause it's like, so you separated me, why? Cause you want to go fuck on some women and then come back when you fucked out? Like, that's what it's giving, no shade. It really is. But anyways, back to Amanda. And when they tell her this, she is on the defense even more. She's still very fucking defensive. It's like, girl, can you listen to what the fuck they are telling you? Can you listen? 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 Because it's irritating me and my homegirls, for real, for real. It really is. I'm not gonna lie. It's irritating us that you are not able to, you know, take heed and get this advice from these veterans on the show. Like, you're not too good. You're not too good, bro. They also talk about her boasting like designer items and all that shit on the show. And I get it. All of the ladies do kind of like talk about what the designer item is. But usually it's like if they're asked. And Amanda says that she thought that was the whole premise of the show. Like, she's on the show with a bunch of rich women who has really cool shit. And Erica like, well, that's part of the show. But the main part of the show was showing your heart and soul. And once again, Amanda looked like she's about to cry and she want to curl into herself. And one of the audience members says, like, you're boasting all this shit, but you're on the show with a fucking Hilton. With a Hilton. That's old money, boo. You're not impressing anybody. They got way more than you. And Erica also said, we're too old and too mature for that. Not old. She said, we're too mature and too something. Like, we've been doing this, baby. That's what it was. We've been here. I'm happy they gave it to her how they gave it to her, though. I want her to get some more, and I hope as the episodes go on, she do. So they finally get to Bose and Amanda. Y'all know Bose and Amanda kind of had a little tiff-tap just as much as Dorit and Amanda did. Almost just as much as Dorit and Amanda. And Bose basically goes on to say, like, yeah, what is the comparison thing about? And I don't sell courses. And why did you say that I would be losing money? Because you said it. And they tried to show the clip as if that's what Bose said, but it's not. And I'm happy she cleared it up on her Instagram. So I'm gonna insert the clip.
I'm about to take off on this flight, but I've been inspired to make you an offer, okay? And not all of you, just those of you who have some damn sense and would like a gem or 2 or 12 from someone who's been successful in the workplace, okay? And it's inspired by what happened in part 1 of the Real Housewives of Beverly reunion, okay? So for context, there was a huge point of differentiation and misunderstanding, which turns into conflict, okay? Look at this.
All right, Amanda, you did an interview where you said Bose tried to create a personal development brand. It did not go well. She's losing money on her courses. She told me so.
Let's talk about this. Because when in the hell did I tell you that I was losing money on my business? That is crazy.
In the vineyard.
Girl, I did not tell you that. Why would I have told you that?
Because
Let's just consider our relationship at that point. Let's pretend for 1 second that I was losing money, which I'm not. Why would I confide that in you?
It wasn't a confiding moment. It was essentially saying, if I'm losing money on courses, there's no way you can be making money on courses and not be doing something wrong.
Well, that doesn't make any sense, Amanda.
That's what you said.
It's not what I said.
I think they have it on camera.
And they don't, because I didn't say that. The online workshop thing, that's not what I do for work. You know what I mean?
But I'm so curious about it because we have the interlap. Yeah, you said I don't need to make money from this.
I don't.
Right.
I lose money on it.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But that's okay with me because that's the choice I made.
A point of enormous clarification for those who missed it is that the operative word here is I'd, short for I would, which means hypothetically speaking and not present tense or what is actually happening today, okay? And for further clarification, I explained it some more.
I do need to clarify this comparison between our online courses. You have an online business. I don't have an online business. I have a teaching course based on a class I taught at Harvard for 3 semesters. It gives people the opportunity to understand the keys I did not have as a business person so that they understand how to negotiate for a better raise, ask for more promotions. They understand how to present in a boardroom. And so for me, it's not about making money. My point is that my class is to open the door for people who can't go to Harvard.
So with that said, it's inspired me to actually start a series on YouTube, okay? Which you can access for free, which gives you insight into practical and tangible advice, methods, and practices, okay, to be successful in the workplace. Now, I would know a thing or two of that because I am accomplished myself, all right? So in the comments below, tell me what are the topics you'd like me to talk about or expand upon. And I'll use those suggestions as a guide for the whole series, okay?
So clearly y'all can see that she said I'd, meaning I would, okay? If she did sell courses, she would lose money. And I'm happy she know that because not every audience want fucking e-courses. That does not favor a lot of audiences, especially if you don't have an online presence, like you don't have an online business. Amanda has an online business, which means she's able to sell online courses. If you don't have an online business, and that's not the premise of your business, you can't sell courses. Bose is trying to teach some shit that you can learn at Harvard, sis. That's not the same as a fucking e-course. Like, let's be for real. Give my girl 10. Okay? Bose is real classy, real cute on how she did that. And she says she's giving free courses on YouTube on how to do it. She got real accolades. Take notes, boo. Take them. that was pretty much the end of the reunion. This was a great fucking episode, okay? A great reunion. The Beverly Hills ladies show up. I'm not gonna front. And one thing I could give them props to is, like, for the most part, they show their real lives. You get a person here and there who don't, i.e. Amanda, i.e. Kyle. But for the most part, everybody be showing what the fuck they got going on. And that's what I appreciate, because it reminds me of old school reality television. I don't want that watered down shit. Give us some real shit, okay? Bring back real reality TV. Okay? But if you made it to the end of this video, please drop a purple heart below. And as always, like, comment, share the video. Hype it up. Let's get to 700 subscribers. And until next time, I'll see y'all later. Bye, y'all.